Very good morning to all the students who are going from 9th standard to the 10th standard. Probably this is not the way, this is not the expected way that we are expecting to meet with each other. We are expecting you to welcome each other, but we have to face this situation of COVID-19. So to continue study, today we are going to conduct the first lecture of chemistry. And as we know, the first chapter of chemistry is chemical reactions and equations. In the previous class of 9th standard, we have learned on the inorganic chemistry or of the part of inorganic chemistry. But in the 10th class, we are going to deal with organic chemistry. We are going to deal with the organic chemistry. In organic chemistry, we can't imagine organic chemistry without chemical reactions and equations. So, we are supposed to learn the first chapter in the form of chemical reactions and equations. In this chapter, what we are going to learn, or why we are learning this chapter, to write, to represent a chemical reaction by using an equation. And we can write the chemical equations by using a molecular formulae. We can balance them. We can mention the states of reactants and products. By mentioning solid, liquid or gaseous products, we are going to learn how precipitates are formed and how the displacement reactions will take place. All these things we are going to learn in the chapter called as chemical reactions and equations. But before going to chemical reactions and equations, we should know a chemical change. A chemical change. What is meant by a chemical change? For example, in our childhood, we have so many times witnessed a show of magician or a show of juggler also. What he does, because what magician does, he may take one hand and from that hand he may take out the bird. He may convert a solid substance or he may convert a piece of cloth into a continuous sheet of cloth. Means each and every time he is supposed to produce the new things, he is supposed to produce or manufacture the new things by the skills. Similarly, a chemical change is a change in which new substances are formed. Make sure, try to understand what is meant by a chemical change. A change in which new substances are formed, but what actually happens to the original substance? The original substance never remains as it is. Hence we can say a change in which new substances are formed and original substance will never remain as it is. Then such change is called as chemical change. For example of a chemical change, if we have a container and in that container we have half liter of milk. Okay, the container is partially filled with half liter of milk. At the time of evening, if I will drop 2 drops of buttermilk in a milk, which change I will see in the morning, or what I will observe, or what we can observe in the morning? We can observe in the morning the milk is converted into a curd. Milk is converted into a curd. Hence we can say the conversion of milk into a curd is a chemical change. Means the constitution of milk and curd is always different. Hence we can say the new product is been formed in the form of curd. Then the second most important thing about the chemical changes is they are irreversible. Once the chemical change will take place, it can't be reversed. Means once the curd will be formed, for example, we can't convert curd back into the milk again. That's why we can say the conversion or the substance, a chemical change in which new substances are formed, then such changes are called as chemical changes. But the original substance is never remaining as it is. It is getting changed into new substance. Hence the change is called as a chemical change. Now we will learn a skeleton of a chemical equation. What is meant by a skeleton of chemical equation, or what is meant by a skeleton? For example, a skeleton of human body will consist of bones around which the muscles are designed and then the human body will be formed. Similarly, the chemical equation also have a skeleton in the form of reactants, products. Okay, the substances which are written on the left hand side are called as reactants. Substances which are written on the left hand side are called as reaction. For example, we will write a reaction copper sulfate plus zinc. Copper sulfate plus zinc will produce zinc sulfate plus copper. In such chemical equation, what we can say, the copper sulfate and zinc are written at the left hand side of the forward directional arrow, hence they are called as the reactants, and products which are produced as a result of a chemical reaction between copper sulfate and zinc, that is zinc sulfate and copper, are written on right hand side or on the opposite side of reactants. But what we are doing, we should take care that we should able to understand which are the reactants and which are the products. Hence, the reactants and products are separated by this forward directional arrow. That is, the reactants and products are separated by the forward directional arrow. But if we want to make a chemical equation more informative, we can write a catalyst or any special conditions, catalyst or any special conditions that are required for the execution of chemical equation that must be written on this forward directional arrow. So how we are representing a chemical equation? We are representing reactants, means substances which react with each other, which are responsible to produce a reaction, which are responsible to produce a product, are written onto the left hand side. Then the result of a chemical equation, result of a reaction between the reactants, that is called as products, is been written on the right hand side, and the reactants and products are always separated by the forward directional arrow. But this forward directional arrow is also used to write the information which is used, or the special cases or catalyst or any special conditions that are required for the execution are written onto the forward directional arrow. After this representation of a chemical equation, now we will move forward to learn types of chemical reaction. In this, we are going to learn a combination reaction. Then the second one is decomposition reaction. The third one is displacement reaction. The fourth one is double displacement. It is also called as precipitation reaction. The fifth one is oxidation reaction. The sixth one is reduction reaction. The combo pack of oxidation and reduction, that is redox reaction. All these types of chemical reactions we are going to learn in the chapter called as chemical equations or chemical reactions and equations. So we are going to start with the first type of chemical reaction, that is combination reaction. Here I will write one example. Twice Mg plus oxygen, or magnesium plus oxygen will produce magnesium oxide. Magnesium plus oxygen will produce magnesium oxide. Here what we are doing, number of reactants in a such chemical equation are magnesium and oxygen means 2. Whenever 2 or more than 2 reactants together we form a single product. Please remember, the number of products that are formed in a combination reaction is always 1 and only 1. Hence we can say a chemical reaction in which 2 or more than 2 reactants react with each other to produce a single product, then such reaction is called as combination reaction. What is happening in a combination reaction? The number of reactants is maybe 2 or more than 2, but whatever will be the number of reactants it will be, but it is going to produce only one product, means they all reactants are combining with each other. Combination means the merging with each other, combination with each other or combining with each other to produce a single product, then such reaction is called as combination reaction. We can write one more example, that is when carbon dioxide is treated with water. Here also we can see 2 reactants are there, they produce carbonic acid. Here we can write the labels as carbon dioxide plus water will produce carbonic acid. This is also the reaction, or this is also the example of combination reaction. Here also we can observe the number of reactants are 2 here, but they are combining to form only one product, that is in the form of carbonic acid. Currently we are facing the COVID-19, and to disinfect our area also municipal councils are spraying one compound that is called as CaOCl2, which is called as calcium oxychloride, which is also called as the calcium oxychloride. Its local name is bleaching powder. It is used to disinfect, kill the pathogens of various virus, or disinfect the area also. It can also be found in the example of a combination reaction as when calcium oxide is treated with chlorine. When calcium oxide is treated with chlorine, it produces calcium oxychloride, which we generally call as a bleaching powder, or it is also called as a disinfecting agent. But while representing a chemical equation, we should read it as when magnesium reacts or treated with oxygen, it will produce magnesium oxide. When carbon dioxide is treated with water, it will produce carbonic acid. When calcium oxide is treated or reacts with chlorine, it will produce calcium oxychloride. Means a chemical equation is divided in 3 parts, that is theory, equation, or a chemical equation we can say, and the third part is labels of reactant and product, and the third part is labels of reactants and products. In a combination reaction we have learned whenever the reactants are more than 2, it is going to produce only a single product, and such chemical reaction is called as a combination reaction. After this combination reaction, now we are going to learn a decomposition reaction, or it is also called as decomposition reaction, or it is also called as a dissociative reaction. Now it is always advised to have a regular exercise, it is advised to have a regular yoga to protect ourselves or to increase the immunity of our body. So that we are performing yoga, and in yoga there is one popular asana we can say, that is Shirshasana. Just imagine if a combination reaction will perform the Shirshasana. If the combination reaction will perform Shirshasana, what will happen? That a reaction in which 2 reactants are combining in a combination reaction to produce single product, but in a decomposition reaction, a single reactant will be split into two products. Now that's why we are describing it as a Shirshasana of a combination reaction. It is exactly the inverse pattern of a combination reaction. Means in a decomposition reaction, the single reactant is getting broken into two or more than two products. Now you should ask me, sir, how it is possible for us to write or represent a decomposition reaction chemically? So example we can take when silver chloride is exposed to the sunlight. When silver chloride is exposed to the sunlight, it produces silver and chlorine. It produces silver and chlorine. Here, what we can observe here, it is exactly the inverse of a combination reaction. In a combination reaction, two or more than two products are producing a single product. But here, exactly the inverse pattern is taking execution in the form that the single reactant is forming two products. Hence we can say when silver chloride, what we are doing with this silver chloride, that when we expose it to the sunlight, here as we have mentioned, any special conditions, any catalyst, any information that is needed for the execution of reaction must be written only on the forward directional arrow. So in this chemical reaction we are using sunlight to execute this chemical reaction. Hence we are mentioning it onto the forward directional arrow. Then it will produce silver and chlorine. So how can we read this chemical equation? When silver chloride is exposed to the sunlight, it will produce silver and chlorine. We will take one more example. AgBr2. When silver bromide, again we are going to execute it in presence of sunlight. It will produce silver and bromine. These two reactions are togetherly called as the reactions of black and white photography. These two reactions are togetherly called as the reactions of black and white photography. Hence what we are describing, we are learning the decomposition reaction by using sunlight. Hence we can say when silver chloride is exposed to sunlight, it will produce silver and chlorine, and when silver bromide is exposed to sunlight, it will produce silver and bromine. But these two reactions are togetherly called as the reactions of black and white photography. To misguide you, sometimes the CBSE question paper setters may ask you in straightforward way, that is instead of a decomposition reaction, they will ask you write down the chemical reactions that take place during the black and white photography. In such conditions, don't get confused, just write the simple set of these two reactions which are representing the exposure of silver chloride and silver bromide, which will produce silver and chlorine and silver and bromine. Hence these two reactions are togetherly called as the reactions of black and white photography. There is another type of a chemical decomposition reaction, that is electrochemical decomposition. What will happen, for example, if we have water, when we pass electricity through water, it will form H plus OH minus ions. This reaction or this type of decomposition is called as electrochemical decomposition. So in our next lecture we will learn the displacement and double displacement reaction. Till then, take care, stay at home and support the government and support all the officials which are protecting us from COVID-19. Have a nice day.